Prismatic Evolutions is at a very interesting point right now. We're seeing elite trainer boxes start to rise in value. They're actually getting close to that previous all-time high. We're seeing a lot of singles from the set continue to rise, while loose packs are actually at an all-time low. And they've been printing an absolute ton of this set. It really reminds me of what they did with Crown Zenith. I think there's a lot that we can learn from where Crown Zenith was at and where Prismatic is currently at. I think they're following a similar track, right? I think just that Prismatic is been a little bit more amplified because of the market's been so insane. But let's just jump straight into it. I have a few things I want to talk about with some really, really great comparisons. So make sure you stay tuned all the way to the end, because we're going to be comparing both Prismatic to Crown Zenith. There's a few things that go like almost neck to neck. But right here, this is just the regular Elite Trainer box for Prismatic Evolutions. And you can see in the past 3 months, it's up 25%, about 23% in the past month. And the interesting point was you can see the previous high on this box was $150. And right now we're at $138, most recent sale at $140. We'll call it $140 just for the sake of an even number. But the listed median price right here is $150. So these boxes are going to continue to trend up, and they've been printing a ton of these. These were, getting dumped at Costco. They did reprints already. And they're still finally moving up to this point. They never really dropped below 100 after release. They did, I think they hit right here in August. They did hit a low of $98. So they're seeing some really good growth, and they're at a very interesting point. Lowest listeds all right now are 140 and up on TCG players. So we could start to see these ETBs get expensive into the future, while, like I mentioned earlier, this is where the loose packs are at. This is the 1 year chart, and we're at an all-time low for loose pack price at roughly $8.50 per pack. The listed median price is $10. So I would expect that these will probably continue to go up into the future. But right now we're seeing these very affordable and very plentiful, but people really want the Elite Trainer box. And it makes sense, because if you're going to want to open product, for the most part, you're going to want to avoid loose packs. The one exception would maybe be sleeve packs, but this isn't a set that has sleeve packs, right? So loose packs, it does kind of make sense. We're seeing other ancillary products. They're printing a lot of other Prismatic products, like that box from Sam's Club. We'll talk about that in a second as well. So packs at an all-time low, ETBs about to hit an all-time high. And then obviously we have, this is the Pokemon Center Elite Trainer box. It's in a kind of in its own category, right? It's a limited run thing. But this one's just continuing to chug up. It's over $400 right now. Listed median price is at $500. So this isn't the one that's, too shocking to me. This makes a lot of sense that this being where it is. Obviously the stamped promo doing very well. That Eevee, very sought after. People really, really are liking the Pokemon Center stamp. So this one's not surprising at all, but just for reference, 74% growth just in the past 3 months. So this product continuing to do well. We're seeing other products. They printed the, the premium collection box right here, the super premium collection rather, with Eevee on it. It's up 54% in the past 3 months, going from a $210 box. It's well over $300 right now. It's at $325. Listed median is at $340. This is another one that's continuing to go up. It has some good promos, some good accessories. It's a really great box. I actually like this one a lot. I think this one will continue to age really well. But this is one that, this one's sold out quick. It's been moving up. It bottomed out at around $192, and now it's just continuing to shoot up. And then we do have some singles that we also need to talk about that have been moving. We're going to start off obviously with the Umbreon. This one's come up about 26% in the past month, from around 900 up to around 1200 currently. And let's see what the lowest listeds are at. Lowest listeds are right there at, $1190. We'll call it 1200, 1200 and up. Quite a few listings there. It's a very expensive card, so we don't really see, a ton of these selling on TCG Player super fast. 35 in the past 1 month, and it is starting to get to lower supply. 26 copies currently listed. So if this trend continues, we could see this price move up. Not a guarantee by any means. We'll have to wait and see. But if we jump over to page 2, you can kind of see where people are listing them. 1400, 1500, and then it jumps up to 2000. I'm not necessarily saying that that's going to happen or anything. It definitely is possible, but just keep in mind that that's where this card is trending as far as the listings go. So a lot has to happen for that, but we are seeing a bounce. And if you zoom out on the 1 year, you can see obviously this card previously had been as high as $1,600 at release. And then it hit, we're just bouncing off of the low of $840 is the all-time low. So we're bouncing off pretty good. So I wouldn't be surprised to see some more continued growth on this one though, moving into the future. I don't know necessarily if we'll get back to this price, but if we did, it wouldn't totally shock me either. Before we go any further though, we're going to do some comparison to Crown Zenith in a second, but I wanted to talk about the sponsor of today's video, which is Shiny. And if you're watching this video, obviously you collect Pokemon cards. And if you're like me, you collect graded, raw, sealed, anything that you have, you need to be tracking it in Shiny, because right now the Pokemon market is moving so fast. You have some cards, maybe you have just some stuff sitting in your binder that you may not even know have shot up massively recently. Everything, it's just like every day there's new stuff shooting up. So that's why I like using Shiny, because it shows me what my collection is worth, and you can break it down. They have all sorts of great charts and graphs. I'm a very visual person, so I like seeing the charts and graphs. But you don't have to take my word for it. If you want to look at some of the reviews, they have 4.9 out of 5 stars on the Apple App Store. So make sure you check out Shiny to track all of your collection. There will be a link in the description if you want to check it out. But let's go back over to Prismatic just for a second, just to touch on a few other cards that are moving as far as singles go. The Sylveon is moving up. It's around 24% up in the past month. Similar chart to the Umbreon, at least kind of the end of the chart. The beginning is a little different, but we're hitting that low of around 290, shooting up to around 387 currently. Similar with the Leafeon. The Leafeon hasn't bounced quite as much, but still worth noting. It's only up around 6% currently from 264 if we zoom out. Obviously, this was the low right here. 214 was the low. Previously, it had been as high as $450, $460. So the Leafeon SIR is moving up. The Roaring Moon, we've talked about this card recently as well. Seeing a little bit of a drop off after some massive run up. So that's not very surprising. It hasn't dropped a ton, right? It hit around $300 and it's dipped currently to around 280. And if you zoom out, this card previously did have a big run, ran up to 300 before, back down to 136, which is a big drop, and then 136 back up to 300, and then little dip off of that. So we are seeing a lot of singles bottom out recently and move up in value. The Espeon SIR number 155 is another one, up around 13% in the past 3 months. And this card was previously as high as $430 back here after release. Hit that all-time low and has bounced off. So a lot of the singles are looking pretty good. Sealed products starting to rise in value. And then this brings me to another. This is a great comparison between this and Crown Zenith, I think. And it's kind of funny. They're both Sam's Club exclusives. But right now we have these Lucario and Tyranitar premium collection boxes, right? These big, massive boxes. They got some promos and a ton of packs, 14 packs from Prismatic. Right now, these are definitely more expensive than the Sea and Sky boxes from Crown Zenith were at release, but these are still fairly affordable, all things considered. $115, $120 is the most recent sale, with the listed median price being right there. So if you look, they've been as high as 120. So we're about to possibly get back to the all-time high. They haven't dipped too much, right, on the secondary market. Looks like between 110 and 120 is what they've been selling for. And the reason I bring that up is it reminds me a ton. It's pretty much the same thing of the Sea and Sky box from Crown Zenith. Now, the markets were totally different when they were releasing this product for Crown Zenith. We're in like an extreme bull market right now. Things are really amped up. But, this is still 115, fairly affordable compared to where, Crown Zenith Sea and Sky boxes are just now hitting. They're just now hitting that $200 mark. They're going to continue to trend up. The listed median price is at $217. But if you zoom out right here, a year ago when these boxes were very plentiful, they were $60, right, in October. And then we've seen some pretty massive growth, 235%. Crown Zenith was another set that they printed heavily. We saw many waves of ETBs. Booster bundles were everywhere at MSRP. You were able to pick up a lot of this stuff actually below MSRP if you were around at that time. So this is just one product that I feel just relates really well. This is one that you'll be looking at and you'll go, wow, 115, 120, that was a steal. That was a steal for the Lucario and Tyranitar box. And you have, the proof is in the pudding. With Crown Zenith, it has the same box, essentially. It's the same size, it's the same thing, right? Just from a different set. Now, depending on how you look at it, some people will probably say that Prismatic is a superior set. And so if you view it that way, then this is a no-brainer buy, considering what Crown Zenith is doing. Just give it a little bit of time. What is this box going to look like in a year? Even if they reprint these, you got to keep in mind too, Prismatic's not even a year old. They're going to probably print some more stuff of Prismatic. But what products they're going to print, is it going to be this box? I don't know. But what I do know is that there was a point in time, just if you don't believe me, go back and watch some older videos, where Crown Zenith, these boxes were cheap, ETBs were cheap, everything was cheap for Crown Zenith. So that's why I'm saying we may be looking at a time where we look back on Prismatic and say, wow, we had our window to buy those. They were very affordable, and we missed out. So I'm not trying to create like FOMO. I'm just trying, and I get people are going to spin it that way and be like, hey, you're hyper shilling this up. But the comparison is there, right? The writing is on the wall. They seem very, very similar. Also, Elite Trainer boxes, just for reference, they're at $220 right now for Crown Zenith. This is the regular ETB. Crown Zenith did get a Pokemon Center ETB. However, it doesn't have a stamped promo. They weren't doing those back then. So the Pokemon Center stamped, the Pokemon Center ETB is not super, you can't really compare those. I think they're kind of different things, if I'm being completely honest. But regular ETBs are at $220. The listed median is at $275. These are going to continue to go up. Crown Zenith is a great set. I know that some people will definitely say Crown Zenith is better than Prismatic, and some people will say it the other way around. Either way, they're both specialty sets that are very good. So no matter what way you look at it, if you zoom out, obviously this product is doing very well. A year ago, this was a $53 box, and now it's well over $200. And it's going to slowly keep chugging up on its way closer to $300. Just give this a little bit more time. These Crown Zenith ETBs are going to be very expensive into the future. It's a really nice set. And yeah, so I want to really hammer that point of, I just see the similarities. We are also seeing some of the singles move from Crown Zenith right now. This is the Giratina V-Star number GG69. It's up 43% to just around $220 currently. If you zoom out on the 1 year, a year ago, this card was $105. It previously had hit around $214. So right now it's at a 1 year high for this card as well. A very, very nice looking gold card. And then we also have the Mewtwo V-Star. This is number GG44, where he is fighting Charizard. Very nice card as well. This one was very undervalued for a long time, but massive gains recently, up 85%. It did hit as high as 212. It came down a little bit. It's just under that at current market price of 197. 243% growth on the year. A year ago, this is when this was very undervalued. $57-$60 card a year ago. And then it peaked around 125, came back down to around 90, and then obviously shot up big recently. So I think that this is also something that we could see Prismatic kind of follow into the future. I don't know how long it's going to take for some of that stuff to really move for Prismatic. But, the Crown Zenith effect, I think, is kind of the one where you can look as the template for what Prismatic can do into the future. And I think things will be accelerated on Prismatic, if I'm being completely honest. Also, booster bundles. Last product that we're going to talk about in this video. These are up 26% in the past 3 months. They're over $100 now, just under 120. Listed median prices at 128. So it looks like these are going to continue to go up. 315% gain on the year. A year ago, MSRP, right? You're at $27, $28 a year ago. And that's, this product was available everywhere. It was cheap. It was affordable, very plentiful. And you just give it enough time. I mean, this is a short period of time, really. This is a 1 year in which these booster bundles, 6 packs, went to $120. So I think that this is something similar we may be looking at into the future with Prismatic. I know that a lot of people will probably take this video or maybe even clips out of context when it comes to what I'm saying, but I think it is a fair comparison to be made between the two sets. And there definitely will be a time for Prismatic ETBs where we're saying, wow, 140 was cheap, 130 was cheap. We should have bought more because that's you know, the easy thing to say is that's what we say about every set. How many times have you gone back recently and looked at anything and been like, wow, I should have bought more. I should have loaded up on those. I should have loaded up on this. I should have bought more of that. You can say it pretty much about any set right now. You know, so it's definitely prone to, you know, additional reprints. It's definitely possible. It's definitely well within the reprint window. But keep in mind that the Pokemon Company also has to focus on these new sets coming out. They're going to need to reprint other sets. They can't only reprint Prismatic because then every other set will be kind of lost by the wayside, and those prices will shoot up too massive. So, you know, at a certain point, this Prismatic is going to slow down. And we're going to get the Crown Zenith thing, because that's literally what they did with Crown Zenith. They printed it so heavy. They printed so much of it. It was everywhere. Nobody wanted it when it was cheap. And now look at where Crown Zenith is at. So anyways, that's my spiel on Prismatic. Hopefully you found that helpful. Maybe a little bit informative. Like I said, I do think it's a fair comparison. And I do apologize if I'm repeating myself a little bit. But I think it's a point that needs to be nailed home, hammered home, if you will. You know, also keep in mind, there's a lot of new people coming into the hobby all the time, and maybe they weren't around for Crown Zenith when Crown Zenith was cheap. So I think, excuse me, I think it's a point worth bringing up just to make people aware. So that's all I have for you guys in this one. Just Crown Zenith to Prismatic comparison video. I really do believe it. But anyways, I'm going to end it there because I keep repeating myself. Thank you so much for watching. I'll catch you guys in the next one. And remember, it was never a phase.